in your pocket? What do you have with you right now in case someone will grab you at the gas station, the parking lot, while you're walking through the mall? In addition to a concealed carry, if you can carry concealed carry, that's great, but it's not always the right option. And most places you can't carry one. But what do you have right now that you can immediately use to increase what you have naturally, your ability to strike and knock somebody back, knock somebody out, knock somebody off of you, get them out of your face, get them away from your wife, your child, your grandchild? How can you increase what you have, what God gave you naturally, what you train to maintain as we get older? What can you put in your hand to hit somebody so hard that they get out of your face, they stop attacking you? For self-defense. It's all about self-defense. And this is what I'm carrying today. I'm out and about. I will conceal carry, especially some of the stores that we have to go to and some of the parts of town that we have to go to. I have a doctor's appointment later where I know I'm not allowed to bring anything in, but I'll have this in my pocket. You can carry something like this. This is called a pocket stick, a Yawara. It's just a piece of metal or wood. I'll show you the ones I make. I make these out of wood too. Mine's just a little bit thicker. This is the one I've been carrying a lot lately. I put a link in the description if you want one. It's made by a company called Selfy-Stick. They have 2 lengths, but basically it's a fist load. And when you squeeze it and then you strike with your punch, you're gonna hit a lot harder. So you can do a straight punch, a hook punch, an uppercut, all the basic punches. You can strike in the chin, strike on the jaw, strike in the temple, strike in the neck, punch into the body, maybe hit him in the solar plexus, and you're gonna hit him with a lot more force than if you just had an empty fist. So by adding a fist load to your hand, like this Selfy-Stick, you now keep the knuckles and the fingers from compressing. You add some weight. You put a lot more power behind that punch. So when you strike him in the face for self-defense, you're more likely to knock him back or knock him out, especially if you know how to throw a good punch. A good punch is full extension, rotation through the shoulders and hips, and then taking that little step. And you can practice that in the gym. You can practice it at your house. You can practice punching in the air. You can practice hitting a bag. And then when you go out and you are going to the gas station and someone jumps you or you get surprised and they're trying to take from you your life, your freedom, your dignity, your physical safety, they're trying to hurt you, or someone spits in your wife's face or touches your grandchild in an aggressive way, inappropriate way, you are able to then defend yourself because you know how to punch, 1, and 2, you have this in your pocket. You pull this out, fist load, you're able to hit them a lot harder. So it's a force multiplier for self-defense. The second way that this is unique and can be used is by using it as a pressure point tool. So you can strike into the pressure points in the body, into the soft tissue and the nerves in his face, into his eye, into his nose, into his teeth, into the throat for self-defense, into the solar plexus. You can bring it in between those vertebrae, or not the vertebrae, the ribs. I was thinking the intercostal, the muscles. Striking this way, you can back fist, striking with the other side, you can come down on top. So it generates more force than you can naturally. If we think about how we use pressure points traditionally, we grab and squeeze, or we press into the face, or we come into the neck, or sometimes we'll strike a pressure point like into the arm here, or try to strike that pressure point here. But this Selfy-Stick, again, the link is in the description if you want to see. They're very inexpensive. It's a solid piece of aluminum. It has this cut, this pattern cut into it, so it doesn't slip out of your hand as you're holding it. So you can use it as that fist load, break his jaw. You can strike down, you can hit the guy behind you, strike him in the groin, hit him in the ribs. You can swing with your whole arm this way into his neck, or maybe his hands are on you and you have to make him let go of you for self-defense. You stick this straight through his hands into that throat, and you're gonna push him back. I don't care how strong and how big his muscles are. His throat can't get strong enough to stop this from compressing his neck, and he's either gonna let go or he's gonna asphyxiate and die. Or you stick it into his face, you stick it right into his eyeball, and you push your arm forward and you make him let go of you. Maybe he's holding on to your wife or your child or your grandchild. God forbid, you better smash him with this fast. You're gonna take this and you're gonna dig that right into those nerves. So you use the tips to strike the pressure points, or to add more force to your hammer strike and your reverse hammer strike and the back fist, or you hold it as the fist load and you strike. Yeah, and you can push it in here. And you can take this with you almost everywhere you go. It's not a gun, it's not a knife. These, you can get this wherever you live. You can live anywhere in the world. If there's a link in the description, they ship all over the world now. But you can get this just about anywhere, and it's simply a pocket stick. You can, if someone were to say, you know, what is that? Is that a self-defense tool? You say, no, it's a massage tool. You use it to massage the muscle adhesions out of the arm, the soft, you know, the tissue as it gets stuck together. Or maybe it's a pressure point, a trigger point, not pressure point, trigger point release tool for massage. You put it into that sore muscle after a hard workout, and you just press down a little bit, and then you release, and it does. And that's exactly another use for it. It's just a simple pocket stick. You can think about, you know, the Kubotan keychain. But the funny thing is, you're more likely to have people stop you and take this away from you. And you can't take it to the airport, but a lot of times you can throw this in a bag and you're not going to have any problem. If someone were to pull it out, they say, what is that? And you say, it's my Selfy-Stick. It's for self massage. It's to get rid of the soreness and the tightness. It's a trigger point massage tool. And then you can also double, and you can use it as that fist load, as that force multiplier, as that pressure point. You know, hit him in the face, make him let go of you, so he stops touching you, stops touching your child, your grandchild. Anyway, if you need a Selfy-Stick, or you want one of this kind, and it's unique, it's a newer product. I carry this with me all the time in my pocket. I have a longer one that I also carry on my gear when I'm working. I just don't have it because I'm not working today. I'm off today. Out running lots of errands. I've got to get gas next. Then we've got we got to run to the mall and do some more returns and pick some things up. We just got back from the Walmart. You need one of these in the Walmart sometimes. You need one of these in the Walmart parking lot. I'll tell you that. But take a look at one of these, and then, you know, like I said, look in the description, go to their website, see if it's for you. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't worry about it. But if you like it and you're looking for a force multiplier, something that gives you an edge, pocket-sized protection for self-defense, check into the Selfy-Stick. All right, it's like a Kubotan. Jacques asks, is it the Kubotan? Mr. Kubota used the pocket stick, the Yawara, Japanese or Okinawan. Yawara is the technical term for it, Y-A-W-A-R-A, Yawara. And he turned it into a keychain called the Kubotan. But it's basically a pocket stick that's been around for hundreds, probably thousands of years. I mean, it's an ancient self-defense tool. It's very simple. So this is the Kubotan keychain. Obviously, my keys aren't on it right now. I had one forever, and I had it taken away from me because I forgot and took it to the airport one time. My wife and I were at a concert. She had one that I gave her. She lost it at the concert. We had to give it up because you couldn't take it into the concert. This and pocket sticks, I've been carrying these things in my bags when I travel everywhere for years and years. No one ever asked me anything about them. It's the same thing. It doesn't say I'm going to punch you in the face with it. It just says Selfy-Stick. So if I were ever to be asked, and I never have been asked, my answer is it's a massage tool, because I also use it as a massage tool. You squeeze it, it makes your punch harder so you can break his jaw for self-defense. That's a straight punch, a hook punch, an uppercut. They all work. You can hammer fist with it. You can reverse hammer fist. You can hit the guy in the groin behind you. You can swing this point into the ribs, into the face, using your long arm as a lever, twisting through your shoulders and hips. You can also just press it into the soft tissue in his body. If he won't let you go, he's holding on to you. You go right through his arms, into the throat, into the teeth, into the nose, into the eyes, and push him off. Someone asked, why should someone use this for self-defense if they could use a gun or pepper spray? Number one, you can't carry pepper spray or pepper gel in a lot of places. You can't carry a gun in most places. You can in the United States. You can't carry it in a lot of places in the United States. You can't carry it to the, can't take it into a concert, can't take it on public transportation, can't take it into the courthouse. Obviously can't take it when you go to the airport. But it might not always be appropriate. You're not just gonna, if someone's coming at you to punch you in your face and you pull out your gun and you shoot them, then there's a big question of self-defense. A gun might be appropriate, but it might also be easier and more appropriate as someone's coming at you just to put this in your hand so that you're ready. And if they do cross that line, because there's a lot of gray area. A lot of people pull out their gun in the gray area and shoot, and then they spend the next 10, 15 years in jail for manslaughter, right? Because you used it inappropriately. Obviously, if it's life or death, the guy pulls out a knife, pull out your gun. I wouldn't pull this out if it's a gun, right? Or if he has a knife or whatever, or if there's multiple and they're coming at you with baseball bat. I mean, there's obvious reasons when you would use your gun. I also carry a blade. I carry a gun for self-defense. I carry it all the time, everywhere I go. I've got it right now. I've got both of them right now. But I also carry one of these because sometimes you just need this level of protection. You need a non-lethal option instead of a lethal option. And that's what people don't understand all the time is, and most people don't carry. They get a concealed carry license and then they never carry the gun for two big reasons. One, they don't know when they're properly going to be able to use it. They're afraid of it. And two, they don't know how to employ it in a fight, right? They haven't had the kind of training that some of us have because we were in the military and law enforcement and have extra training in security and self-defense and the employee. I've had class after class after class on when to use it, the law, the legals, all the laws around using it and when it's appropriate. And if you ask the untrained person, they'll say, oh, just pull out your gun and shoot them with your 45 ACP. That's an ignorant response. You ask somebody who understands the laws around it and what's going to happen to you if you do use it, you better know that it's the right time to use it. Then you might say, well, it's a good idea for me also to know how to use my elbows and my palm strike and my fist. And if I'm going to use my fist, maybe I throw in the Selfy-Stick to make my punch a lot stronger, which is the whole point. But it is a good question. Why would someone use this instead of pepper spray or a baton? A lot of times you can't carry that expandable baton. Some places you can. I prefer the cane. This is my favorite self-defense tool. And the way my legs and hips are feeling today, I'll be using this a lot. This is, in my opinion, because I have reach advantage. It's a lot longer than the Selfy-Stick and it's a lot more force. This is an option but not everybody's gonna carry that. People sometimes feel self-conscious about carrying a cane if they don't feel like, they don't wanna look weak or they think it makes them look weaker. I don't have that problem, but that's something that some people do. You also said, maybe just walk away. Or your Bodyguard 380 XT. I used to carry the 380. It was my pocket gun for church. And then with the way the world has changed, I stopped carrying the 380 and I went to a much higher caliber, much higher capacity subcompact so that I have another 60 options with me than what I could carry in my little 380. I love the 380. I think it's a great gun. But I also think that for me to defend my family the way that I want to, I carry much higher capacity. And that's also why I carry something like this. And yeah, if you can walk away, walk away. If you can run. If you can hide and get you behind your family and stay out of it, hide and protect your family. If you can find concealment or cover or, an exit and then do that. But what I'm saying is if you get out of your car, you're pumping the gas, all of a sudden someone comes and smashes you in the back of the head and you're seeing stars and you turn around and you realize that you are in a life or death fight and you can't get to this right away, or you don't have it because you don't carry it where you are, or you're on the subway and that happens, or you're going to the store and that happens, or you're coming out of work at night, going to the subway station and that happens. Whatever it is, and you have something like this in your hand, all of a sudden when you hit him back for self-defense, you're going to be able to do a lot more damage, or you stick that in his face, or you hit it like this. Christian says 5'7", 170 pound, can't carry the Glock 19. I'm not a Glock person personally. They're great guns. They shoot exceptionally well. And I do like the 380. I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm a big dude. I can easily conceal what I carry. I carry a Springfield Arms XT9. So I have a beautiful 1911 45 that I would prefer to carry. It's massive, and I could probably get away with it because of how big I am. But I just like the higher capacity, and it's what I carry during the day. So I train with it all the time. Umbrellas, I've got a self-defense umbrella in the back that I also will carry sometimes. And yeah, something Wicked says, you can use them as a shield too. That's a perfect example. There was the girl in Savannah, beautiful young mom. She's out for a walk, I think, some recidivist thug, somebody who goes to jail and then they reduce his sentence, or they reduce the charges so he doesn't even spend a minute in jail, and they kick him back on the street so he can hurt more people. He was one of those guys. Throws acid on this young woman, burns her whole body, burns her skin off, burns her hair off, burns her face off. And I mean, I don't know that if she had an umbrella, I don't even think she saw it coming until it was too late. But that would be a purpose, a reason to carry an umbrella, is when people are throwing feces or throwing something at you or throwing acid. You know, these acid attacks are increasing. The fire attacks are increasing, where people are lighting people on fire. And it's just the world that we live in. So, you know, umbrella's really great. You can open it up and deflect that. I think there's that guy, Charlie Veach, maybe over in Great Britain or Europe somewhere, goes around picking fights with people, in my opinion. Maybe he's challenging the social norm that needs to change. I'm not going to judge that. I don't know why he's doing it. But he's got a bodyguard with him, Fred the bodyguard. I know some of you have seen him. And yeah, the umbrella won't stop acid. It'll eat the umbrella, but it will stop the initial throwing of the acid on your face, and you can deflect it. And then it'll start to dissolve your umbrella. So it might deflect enough that your whole body doesn't get burned like this poor young woman did. But in the end, your umbrella will be ruined and you'll have to get another one. But hopefully, ideally, your skin will be fine and your hair won't be gone, and they won't have to do surgeries for the rest of your life just to keep you alive. You can consider the Selfy-Stick as an addition to your everyday carry. I have an everyday carry group of things that I carry. I can't think of the term, right? Yeah, people think EDC and they just automatically think of a gun. Yeah, Cuzbus says it's a sick world. It's not a sick world. They're sick people. They're broken people being spun up by AI and chatbots and the evil one, the devil himself. And he's using these broken people to do demonic, evil things. And that's true, and that's out there. But there's more good than bad in the world. And you got to remember that, because you got to fight for something. You have to believe in something, and you have to believe in the truth. The ultimate truth is that we do live in a world where there's a lot of craziness right now, but we live in a cyclical world too. We have fall, we have winter, but then we have a beautiful spring, and then we have a summer. And we're in the winter. It feels like we're in a winter, a dark season, and after that, we're going to have a spring. And it'll come to an end eventually. There might be a lot of pain and suffering in the middle, though. And that's why, yeah, Zachary says it's only going to get worse. It's going to get worse until it gets better, and it will get better. I promise. And it's a natural law. Things go in cycles. We're in a deep cycle. I don't know if we've entered it or we're getting ready to come out of it. Hopefully we come out of it soon. But in the meantime, protect yourself, protect your family. I was saying, you know, people think of EDC. I also have puncture-proof and slice-proof gloves and sleeves. I have a lot of things that I believe that depending on the situation that I'm in, that I would carry. And I just want to share those with you from time to time. Today we're talking about the Selfy-Stick. Next time I might be talking about my walking cane again. I'll show you those gloves at some point. I'll show you the sleeves that you can get to stop from getting slashed, if that's something that you need. I also wear ballistic protection depending on the work that I'm doing, either on the outside, rifle plates, which stops more, bigger caliber stuff, and then sometimes soft armor underneath for a different situation. But I believe in all of it. I believe in having all those options. And so when people say sometimes in the comment section, hey, why would you carry that? Just get a gun. Yeah, I have that too. But that's not always the right approach. I want you to see that there are multiple levels. And one of those levels is your own personal fitness. And we do, as we get older, as I get older, I'm speaking for myself now, I've lost speed, I've lost mobility, I've lost flexibility, I've lost power, and I've lost strength. And that's the direction that I'm headed in now. I'm over the hill, as they say. And as you go down that hill, you can slow it down a little bit by staying strong, by adding in exercise, by adding in stretching, by eating better, by drinking more water, by finding alternatives to all the medicines they want you to take, by changing your lifestyle so you don't need to take those, and by continuing to train, and by improving speed and power. And sometimes people say, don't tell old people to use a cane, they'll just get it taken away. And that's not true. I have so many older students, all the way under 80s, sometimes into their 90s. From time to time, I'll work with them. and they all improve a little bit. They get a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, a little bit more mobile as they start to go back into training again. So you can turn back the clock. You can't turn it all the way back to when you were 19. Your body's not made that way. We weren't designed that way. We were designed to go like this and then like that. But you can go like this and you go straight down, fall off that cliff, or you can go up and then you can have a gradual decline as you keep your legs stronger and your grip stronger and you work on your mobility and you work on your stretching, and you can. And I don't believe people will say that just because they don't, either they're too young and they don't understand, they haven't lived long enough, or they're arrogant and they just don't get it. Or worse, this is the worst one, they don't think they can do it, so they want to project it onto you and tell you you can't do it. You can't tell those old people that they'll do that. You're going to get them hurt. No, that's not true. I'm going to tell those old people that those old people can do whatever it is they want to do as long as they work for it, just like everybody else. And yeah, and if you're 24, get as strong and as fast as you can and enjoy it, right? All right, ZZH66, great to see you. Great to see everybody else. Thank you so much for the chat. I know I couldn't respond to everything, but get yourself a selfie stick. The link is in the description, or don't. Yeah, Cuzba, me too.